If you could have a drink with anyone in the theater world, who would it be? I'm Anthony Caporale, and I'm running through my list. Each week, I'll sit down with cast members, bartenders, and personalities from New York's theater district and get a behind-the-scenes look at what it's like to live, work, and play on Broadway. Come have a drink with us on Broadway Bartender. Welcome to Broadway Bartender. My name is Anthony Caporale. We are here at New World Stages in the heart of Manhattan's theater district, home to my shows, The Imbible, A Spirited History of Drinking, and The Imbible Day Drinking. And today we're going to start out with a drink, it's a variation of a drink that's on the web. I changed it a little bit, called the Rock and Roll Cooler. You'll get it when I make the drink. I got a mixing tin halfway full of ice, and I'm going to start with some Crystal Head vodka, which is just perfect for a rock and roll cooler. And I want 1 ounce per drink. I'm making 2, so that's 2 ounces. And it wouldn't be rock and roll without a little bit of Jameson. So 1 ounce also per drink. And then I need some lime juice. And I'm gonna do the juice of 1/2 of a lime per drink. So that is going to be 2 halves. And if you've seen me use citrus before, you know that second hull, this is what we call a hull, is going to end up in the drink so the alcohol can dissolve all those beautiful essential oils, because oil is not soluble in water, but it is soluble in ethanol. So I'm going to shake this up really, really well. I want to chill it. I want to aerate it, get some bubbles going in there so you can really taste all those flavors and aromas. And then I will strain this drink into 2 Collins glasses over some fresh ice. And we always want to serve drinks over fresh ice. We don't want to give our guests that melted, what we call burned ice in the tin. And then top it up with a little lemon lime soda. And here is the cooler part. And our producer, Carlin Connolly, actually came up with this formula, which I just think is awesome. This is just Kool-Aid. This is just granulated Kool-Aid and some lime. And I'm just going to dip that into the lime, and you just see how cool that is, and that goes right in our rock and roll cooler that we are going to serve to, I can't believe I get to say this, Constantine Maroulis, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Broadway Bartender, dude.
What's up, dude?
I mean,
you are a freaking ninja, first of all. Look at these drinks. My God, that is like, I could drink hundreds of those. Awesome to be here. Thank you so much.
Dude, thank you, man.
Cheers.
That's pretty nice,
yeah? That's really nice.
Now, you said you bartended a little bit, yeah?
A little bit, sure. When I first, you know, I'm from Brooklyn originally, grew up in Jersey. My family was always in the business. Greeks, you know?
Yeah.
Someone owns a restaurant. As a server, you always had to pick up, you know, some bartending skills. And there was always that night where you were behind the bar. But I think I can hang.
I can't even tell you. So
you know that Rock of Ages started here, right? At New World Stages.
No, I did not know that.
That's where we started, off Broadway, 2008. You know, nobody knew what the heck this show was. It had run in Los Angeles and, you know, in various sort of nightclub editions, a failed Vegas run. Not with me. You know, I remember they were approaching me when I was on American Idol, and when I got eliminated, it was one of my first big meetings, meeting all the creatives on the team and stuff, and they were coming to New York, and they did a big staged reading here. And honestly, no one even came to review the show. I mean, it was just no respect, and we just built this word of mouth thing, and it became a juggernaut for sure. And you know, on to 5 Tony nominations and a global brand, and it's still running. It's all in high schools now. I mean, nearly 7, 8 years on Broadway. It was a pretty cool thing to be a part of. And it all started right here, in this room.
Dude, you got a bunch of Tony noms. You do like a bunch of theater. I mean, talk to me a little bit about that. Is that something, did that come before or after? Because I wouldn't know he's a rock and roll guy.
Right, yeah, no. I mean, certainly before. I'm the youngest of 3. I grew up with, you know, in a big Greek family, but my brother and sister were pretty cool. Wanted to be just like them. They listened to great records and, you know, new wave and rock and roll, and we always played, you know, West Side Story and Jesus Christ Superstar in the house, and I just sort of got bit by both bugs. So I think that's what it was. I just wanted to be like them, and they're much older than me, like 10 and 12 years. So I kind of grew up like an only child in a way, but like looking up to them because they were sort of already out of the house. So I guess a lot of that was me putting on shows and always entertaining, and, you know, I saw my brother would be out in like bands, and I wanted to be just like him. I would come home and play his stuff. So a lot of it was there, you know, I think, and it was just like a very real thing, having Broadway so close to where I grew up, and always loving, you know, rock and roll, but something about the Tonys and the sort of combination of it all, you know, movement and acting and the glitz. I don't know, something about doing it real every night on stage 8 times a week is beyond any other feeling, you know. So yeah, long before American Idol, I went to the Boston Conservatory, where I sort of worked out my chops in a great BFA musical theater program there in Berkeley. You know, I lost my cousin in 9/11, you know, at my last year in Boston.
Wow, sorry.
Well, thank you, yeah. So it sort of just changed my whole perspective about everything, and like, I'm studying musical theater, like, does this even matter with what's going on in the world? And then I sort of realized that maybe it's like one of the only things that does matter, you know, bringing people this sort of like escape and, you know, I don't know, maybe providing a wonderful night of, you know, magical like theater and rock and roll. So it made it even more important to me. I didn't showcase. I went to Williamstown. I met Michael Greif. He put me in Rent. This is long before Idol, and I had a band. We went out on the road with Rent and my band, and then I wasn't coming back to Rent. You know, you just get that because you're like, well, great year, you're not coming back. So you're like, okay. And then the Idol thing just sort of kind of happened after that. And then I did get a chance to sort of always follow my dreams, which was like to be a leading man on Broadway and do contemporary and cool, interesting new stuff. And of course, the marriage with Rock of Ages just made all kinds of sense, and it just kind of worked out. So now, you know, it's about what's next. Everyone's like, yeah, that was great. What's next? This year was a big, you know, start with that, you know, getting to do sort of a lot of regional stuff where I hadn't before. Maybe I was, you know, tied to other projects, but it was a crazy 16, 17 theater season.
What have you been up to? Talk to me about 16,
well,
17.
I took a little time out, you know, was sorting through a lot of family stuff. I have a 6-year-old daughter who is the love of my life, and, you know, moving her back out to New Jersey to start school and sorting things out with her mom was, you know, a little time. You know, we needed to sort of get through all that, and we co-parent beautifully. We had new music out, and my newest song, All About You, I co-wrote with Sam Hollander. We came together and we wrote the song All About You, about sort of our first love. I've been playing a lot of shows, you know, just with my original band. But, you know, I got to produce last year. Spring Awakening was a show I remember stepping off American Idol, basically, you know, 100 years ago. But I was there like maybe opening night or the next night, and the original production, Leah Michelle, everybody, John Groff, just blew me away. They just like came out with like the mics, it's the bitch of. I was like, this is dope. So always a huge fan, and got to be friends with all those guys. Last year, Deaf West, an incredible company on the West Coast, an all-deaf acting troupe. You know, they do amazing pieces. They produced a version of Spring Awakening that Michael Arden directed, who I've known forever, since Williamstown, like 20 years ago. He's incredible actor, singer, director. He directed this beautiful production that a lot of people got to see on Broadway. And I had an opportunity to produce on it and, you know, raised a bunch of money because I really believed in this beautiful project. And these kids, their performances through sign language and hearing actors, you know, so I got to, you know, be a top-line producer on that and, you know, see these kids go to the Tony Awards. Something I got to experience with Rock of Ages, you know, and it was just nice to kind of sit back and watch them experience it, but yet still be a big part of it. And it's a great celebration of theater. And I think for, you know, since Glenn has been, you know, directing the shows 10 years, the Tonys is the best show on television.
Hands down.
It's really
it's crazy.
An awesome broadcast. You know, there's some great stuff coming up. I just finished up a very successful run of Evita at the North Shore Music Theater. So that's like yet another crazy. I was at the Muni over the summer with Jesus Christ Superstar, this incredible production Gordon Greenberg directed, who gave me my first shot a million years ago in Superstar with Billy Porter then.
So do you have a thing for Lloyd Webber? I mean, you know, Evita, Superstar, you mentioned, you know, growing up with it and then doing the shows and stuff. It's like...
Yeah, I mean, he's Andrew Lloyd Webber, for sure. You know, that sound for that 2-decade, you know, run of, you know, crazy, just production that he put out there, you know, was awesome. Superstar's like my favorite. Evita I didn't know as well. You know, you grow up with it around, but that wasn't like my show growing up. But
right.
To play Che, I feel like I brought a new thing to it, and was really a pleasure, for sure. It's so exciting. There's such a great movement of like interesting composition in musical theater, and great young directors, and women are kicking ass all over it. I did a play at Second Stage in the 16-17 season, female writer and director. Best experience of my life. And a lot of people forget Rock of Ages, you know, female director, female choreographer, and it's such a kind of masculine type of show.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I think a show like Rock of Ages was groundbreaking. I think, you know, obviously what Hamilton's doing and these shows that you've seen how far Broadway can go. You know, Groundhog Day, so innovative and cool. Sometimes it doesn't capture like the bigger audience, you know?
Right.
Sometimes you have to kind of dumb things down
Yeah.
sometimes, you know? But what worked about Rock of Ages was that there was this earnest thing that was happening underneath it.
I got to tell you, I went into that show as an audience member very skeptical.
Sure.
Because I was like, this is going to be another jukebox kind of musical. Literally, I walked out like, I understand why people have seen the show 100 times.
The show is right on the line. It has to be done. It can't be all broad and cartoony. Do you
Right.
know? Like, it has to be in a particular way, and that's when it really works. That's when the reviews are incredible.
You want to feel like making a drink?
Sure, sure. What do
So
you
why don't
think?
we switch places here, and I'm going to talk you through. So I always, as I said, I try and either, you know, theme the drinks or pick out. There you go. Pick out the drinks based on, you know, who the guest is. And so I knew you grew up in Jersey. So we're going to do a Jack Rose,
Okay.
which is, have you had one before? Do you
No.
know? All right, so this is one of, there's a very famous cocktail writer by the name of David Embry who published a book in the 50s that outlines the 6 classic cocktails, including things like Manhattans and Martinis and Old Fashions. This is one of them, but it's kind of fallen out of favor. And it was invented in New Jersey by a bartender in New Jersey. And so the Jack part refers to Applejack, which is American brandy made from apples.
Okay.
And so we're going to start with this mixing tin. Go ahead and fill it about halfway with ice. There should be a clear bottle of apple brandy to your left. Nope,
Nope,
that is the more Crystal Head. So right in that speed rail is going to be, it looks like a
Right.
water bottle, but it's brown. That's it, man.
we go.
Yeah, so you want to do about 2 ounces per drink. So that's going to be
Like a
about,
long 4 count?
you got it. Right, so double it up and do an 8 because I want one too. So that's American apple brandy. It's called Applejack. It's commonly available from a company called Laird's. That's also based in New Jersey.
Cool.
All right, cool. And then the rose
I
part.
have a friend named Laird.
Do you? How do you
Laird
spell it?
McIntosh.
putting you on the spot.
Laird.
Same as the Applejack.
He's from Canada.
Okay, there you go. So now you got a bottle of grenadine, and I just want about a 1 count. I just want, yeah, like maybe a ½ ounce each. There you go. And that's the rose part. And now we need some lemon. And so we have some fresh lemons. I do everything by hand. I hope you're not afraid to get your hands dirty. So just squeeze in
Oh, that
one.
was nice. Yeah, I
and
need
you
to
can
get
try and
your
do that roly
rotate.
thing, man.
I'll do the roly. Thank God I don't have any paper cuts.
Yeah. And there should be a garbage can right off to your
toss
right.
that
And
right
then
there.
one more, and then drop that one
For
right
the
in
flavor,
there.
so I remember from the opening.
Yeah, because all of the flavor in citrus is in the essential oils in the skin. The liquid, the juice is really just water and maybe some citric acid.
Copy.
Awesome. So now we're going to take this and put it on top of there. And just push down and twist a little bit. Good. And just shake it up. One hand on the bottom, one hand on top. Dude, you've done this before. I love it. This is where you earn your tips, right? Good. And then when we got some nice frost on the tin, we know we're done. You can just pop that out.
My
And there's
hands
a real
are slippery.
Yeah, so there's a real easy. There you go. Great. Good, good, good. And then we take the strainer,
Okay.
put it on top, right there, and then just strain it into our cocktail glasses.
All right.
And a little bit over
That's
here.
a nice little color there.
Yeah, it is. And that's the rose right there. And that is our classic Jack Rose, born and bred in New Jersey. So why don't we give that a little try and
We're
see what
getting
you think,
effed
man?
up on a Friday afternoon. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
we
Is
are.
it Friday?
I think so.
Okay.
I lose track, man. Are you performing tonight? Or
No,
you off?
last night I did a crazy rock and roll cruise. You know, with the success of Rock of Ages, everyone's like, come do an 80s show, come
Yeah, why
bring
not?
rock. So yeah, okay, you know, did a a cruise around Manhattan and around New Jersey, went around the Statue of Liberty, the Majestic Princess, if you're looking. And I brought like a great band, and we rocked 80s songs all night, sold 300 tickets, done, 3-hour tour, like Gilligan.
Dude.
And then we came home. Salud.
Salud.
Yamas. I mean,
Nicely done,
that's
my
pretty
friend.
solid, right?
Yeah, that's good. That
Wow.
is really,
You know, and
really
I
good.
like the pulp in there too.
So do I, because it means that you're using fresh juice, right?
That's right.
I cannot tell you what a pleasure. I mean, just absolutely phenomenal, man. I got
Thank
a little
you.
gift for you.
Oh,
So that
stop.
bottle that you picked up of
What?
Crystal Head vodka, that's for you.
Are you kidding me?
No, man.
This is so cool. Great packaging.
Isn't that great?
This is gonna be amazing. I'm like very much a collector of cool things. So this might not get drank right away. Can you see me through there? Very cool. Crystal Head. Thank you guys. Well, that is so me, too.
And then
Look
we
at that.
also got down there a little shot glass, a little mini crystal shot glass.
No way.
And in that glass is a special, there should be a stopper down there, a glass.
Right, yes.
Yeah, so this is Crystal Head actually paired with the Rolling Stones. Can you see the little
Oh my God, that's
limited
so
edition
cool.
for their 50th anniversary? That goes right in the bottle.
Look how awesome that is. I mean, the Rolling Stones,
Right?
man.
In
Wow.
Skullhead vodka. From Broadway Bartender
That is so sweet.
to
of
you, my
Thank you
friend.
so much.
Thank you.
You guys are awesome. This is a great day. Everyone check out this awesome show. Check out my new song.
Yeah.
Go
How do
on
they-
the socials.
Talk to me. What? Give us your
Oh
acts.
God, it's boring. These days you just punch it. I'm like, yo, punch it in. But you know, at Constantine Maroulis on Instagram, at Constantine M on Twitter, Facebook, Constantine Maroulis Official. I mean, it all pops up. You know, ConstantineMaroulis.com. You got to keep the .com going
Yeah, I
too. It's
know.
got a lot of interesting info. We're finishing up this awesome Kickstarter campaign for the new record. First time I've tried this. You know, I put records out independently. I put them out through Sony. Try a Kickstarter thing. It's like the new thing. You know why? Because it's all I really need. We're offering all these amazing, you know, sort of privileges for the fans and the donors. They're a huge part of the experience, and that's what they've been for me. You know, American Idol was very, very good to me for sure, and I have fans like, you know, forever for it and from it, and another generation of them. So. They love to be a part of it. We have like, you know, rare costumes I wore in shows that can be theirs, you know. Be a producer on the record, you know, performances in their homes. You know, it's sort of bringing the audience into the experience in a whole new way for me. And it's awesome.
And
So
it's on Kickstarter. They can find
this
it.
is Kickstarter. You can check it out on my website. We're finishing up this amazing album. Sam Hollander and I, of course, wrote All About You. It's a song that's been all over radio and Sirius. And we have new stuff coming out. So just hustling, man. Greek boy style. That's it.
Dude.
We love it.
Constantine Maroulis, you know him from American Idol, but multiple Tony nominee, actor, producer, Avita superstar, of course, Rock of Ages. Dude, thank you so much.
Thanks, man. Salud, man. What a great day.
Thank you. Folks, you can check us out on the web, BroadwayBartender.com. Recipes, links. Tune in next week. Drink well, drink responsibly.
I'm a little buzzed. A little buzzed. That's awesome, man.
Dude.
Good time, right?
Yeah, man, you're awesome, dude.
Yeah, you know, you don't have to get me to talk.
Yeah.
So, do you know who Mike Francesa is? He's like the...
Yeah, Mikey,
Yeah.
I gotta tell you something. The Giants are gonna do great this year. I don't know about that, dog. I gotta tell you.
There you go. That's the guy.
Oh,
Your favorite team, but
Yeah.
I don't know, dog.
So he knows. So, you know, he's doing his last Bar A show today. Thank you. So now that I'm a little fucked up, I think I got my answer. I'm not driving down to Lake Como right now, but I kind of wanted to go down and see Southside Johnny and them.
Now take one hand, put it on top of the glass, the other hand on the bottom of the tin.
Okay.
And then you're just gonna step off the bar and just shake it.
Shake, shake, shake.
Yeah, now turn it a little bit so that it's, see that kind of curve that it's got?
That?
Yeah, spin the whole thing so that you're making an arc. There you go.
I see it.
Beautiful. Yeah, and really shake it. Yeah, push it towards your foot. Push it towards the foot of your right hand. There you go. Wow, okay.
Did you go to
definitely-
bartending school?
I actually never went to bartending school. I just worked as a bartender for years and years and years, and now I teach at a culinary school here in the city.
You know so much about like what goes with
Oh,
what, this and that.
it's kind of the
So
job,
it's
you know?
more food-oriented for you then?
I
Like
started
what
in the restaurant
pairs?
business, but I'm just gonna have him keep shaking because that's what you're supposed to do. Yeah.
We're on a date now. Never mind. Bartender, look away.
I always was in the beverage world
Okay.
while I was working in food, but I do both.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you go ahead and
That's
stop
awesome.
because you got a nice. See how that tin is nice and frosted now? That's awesome.
I mean, I'm frozen.
frozen.
Yeah, and it should be.
The musical.